No! Oh, yes! Oots! Oots!
We find this entertaining. Someone having a bad time and screaming in distress or yelling on camera is entertaining. Sure, it's similar to a roller coaster in which it is meant to simulate a feeling of danger, thrill, adrenaline, etc. within a controlled environment for our pleasure. Roller coasters, for instance, were made to simulate the feeling of falling without actually, falling. Some find it pleasurable, thrilling even. But what about horror games, and to an extent, horror media? What does that simulate, and why do we enjoy it? But more so, why do we enjoy watching other people react to it? Good horror sticks with you after the experience is over. It lingers in your mind and whispers dark, insidious thoughts to you. What if that creature was real, and just peeked its head around a corner? What if, while going to sleep, I see it looking at me? What if that guy was following me? These are thoughts that may encumber one's psyche long after the experience is over. Sometimes being triggered by external sources, such as a dark hallway or a blurry figure in the distance on a dark street. Or internal sources, like when you feel a sense of fear, isolation, unease, that may bring back memories of some piece of horror that you've witnessed in the past. Stephen King once stated about Stanley Kubrick's adaptation of The Shining, saying, "I think he set out to make a film that hurts people." The film itself is rather unnatural, unnerving, being shot with a wide-angle lens, making the actors look ghoulish. Stanley Kubrick's isolating and abusing of the actress Shelley Duvall to the point of tears. The Shining is an amazing film, yet it doesn't make us feel good like other films. We've all experienced this at some point. The heebie-jeebies, the creepy crawlies from watching horror movies, or playing a horror game, or reading a horror novel or manga. Yet, what I just described per se, it's actually post-traumatic stress. Yeah, sorry. Just had to make it a bit cheesy. Alright, I feel you clicking away, but please, just let me explain. We hear the term PTSD thrown around often, and I'm not giving anyone the right to claim they have PTSD from a horror movie. No, instead, I'm arguing a point. Why do we find horror enjoyable? Experiencing being snowbound in a haunted hotel for winter, seeing balloons which look like you with nooses attached to them and trying to kill you, or running from a Frankenstein-esque creature in a crumbling castle as a Lovecraftian horror is also chasing you, would indeed give trauma to anyone. Yet, we love The Shining. We love Junji Ito's work. We love Amnesia and watching people react to the monsters within it. If I shoved you into a barrel and Annie Edson tailored you over Niagara Falls, you'd resent me for it, and would probably have PTSD from a near-death experience falling down the roaring falls, screaming in vain as you plummet to the bottom. If you survived, you'd remember the whole experience as a rather unpleasant one. Now, I've been fortunate enough to not go through depression. A close friend of mine, however, was not as lucky, as he sometimes goes through periods of numbness. During these periods, he usually takes a liking towards the consumption of horror-related media, since it allows himself to force himself to feel something instead of remaining numb. Fight or flight. When you get into a threatening situation, your body goes into alert, and one of two actions is chosen. If you fight, you get a burst of energy as you lash out, either with words or with fists. If flight, you get a boost of speed and an energy pushing you away from the danger. Your heart pumps and your body shakes. Your skin goes flush as your blood rushes around. Your pupils dilate as you become hypervigilant, and your metabolism speeds up, burning the energy you've stored for this exact moment. Adrenaline pushes you up, and you do what you must to ensure your safety. In the absence of a real threat, you forget what may be causing you issues. Your job, your future, your self-analysis, everything becomes instantly forgotten as your body prioritizes survival. One will forget their issues momentarily for moral needs, which you have tricked your body into believing. When you run to your limit and hit your runner's high, encounter a rival in a game or a sport, or when you just finished a presentation to a crowd of colleagues, you may feel a sense of achievement, that you endured something and survived. You feel accomplished. This is very much the same case with horror, that you survived trauma of being stalked by a crazed fan while your mind deteriorates, that you experienced the dark underwater abyss while being chased by decrepit creatures, that you outsmarted a creature stalking you, and now it is completely lost and off your tracks. Why do we like watching people play horror?
I just wanna be 50!
Are we sadistic doing so? Not in the slightest, no. You see a friend screaming, laughing, or crying. Us as humans are sympathetic creatures, and watching someone go through hardship and feeling sympathy for them is a natural evolution in our minds. We must eat, drink, breathe, and sleep to fulfill our physical needs. As too, we must talk, socialize, and grow to fuel our social needs. Humans, being fine-toned machines, are masters at recognizing emotions. To form and sustain social bonds, you must know when to empathize and how others feel. If you saw a friend that was terrified or extremely uncomfortable, odds are you were also in danger too. Or even to sustain a social bond, you must empathize with them until the feeling passes so that you may grow a friendship. This may be part of the reason why we may feel a connection to Poods as we watched him play his 50th Amnesia custom story, despite not even meeting him. It is almost as though we've bonded with this shared experience of horror and fear. The same may be said about YouTubers that open up with their emotions online. You hear it and feel as if you were entrusted with this information. When it comes to horror, you reimagine the situation for them, or even with them, and end up empathizing with them, causing a feeling of connectivity or friendship. A sort of kinship of us surviving this ordeal together. There is a sense of self-satisfaction for enjoying horror itself. When you get the adrenaline and you trick your mind into believing that you've just survived an ordeal, and when we feel it, we tend to forget about our stress, and it provides us with a distraction that demands to be paid attention to. We like watching others play horror or be put into nightmarish situations since we sympathize as part of our nature and we want to see them get better. When they do get better and laugh about the experience, we laugh too and feel relief, and a sense of bonding has been done. Hey there. Welcome to the end of the video. Alright, enough of the gimmick. I thank you for watching this far. I really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, consider liking that subscribe button, and you'll be notified when my next video will drop, which will be in 2 weeks, if you're curious. Yeah, it'll be then. I will be releasing a video on the new Amnesia game, Amnesia Rebirth, and I'll probably soil myself. Alright, see ya.